Want dis ons land, dis ons taal, en sonder soek aan ons gaan stories waarom lewe in die duine hooggebouw uit sand, die helde see en die goue straat, die landskap wat oor generasies vertel, die harte wat in ritme met die golwe val, ons land, ons taal.
Welkom by 9 Mei 2023 se aflewering van Republikeinse geselsprogram Kletskompas. Vandag in die ateljee kuier Selma Shimutwikeni by ons. Nou, sy is die stigter en organiseerder van Namibië se internasionale energiekonferensie wat onlangs opnuut plaasgevind het. Aan die einde van die program kan jy weer kyk na Kristien Kruger se avonture in die VSA, dis in van Windhoek tot uithoek. Maar net hierna reis ons verder onderweg na die rugby wêreldbeker in Frankryk en vandag gaan ons bietjie loer na Namibië se toetsuitslae uit 1991.
I'm not a dancer, but I got my moves. Fire inside and nothing to lose. I felt in love with the calling in my head. Feel the rhythm and follow my stance. Dance, dance, dance.
This May, choose brand new. Choose drama and deceit.
I'm very attracted to you. Oh. Would you be interested in having an affair?
Choose fights and fallouts.
I won, and that was right.
I brought the heat.
I mean, I'm gonna destroy you.
Choose truth and discovery.
I miss her every day. I see her every day.
Choose fresh shows, series, and original entertainment. This May, choose brand new. Choose DStv.
Onthou daar die reis vir een gelukkige persoon en 'n maat na die wêreldbeker in Frankryk. Ons wys vir jou op die skerm net vir jou die besonderhede hoe jy kan inskryf vir hierdie heerlike kompetisie. Nou in 1991 was Namibië natuurlik net onafhanklik, so ons was so bietjie laat gewees om deel te neem aan die kwalifiserende rondes vir 1991 se tweede rugby wêreldbeker toernooi. Daardie een natuurlik plaasgevind in Engeland, Skotland, Wallis en Ierland. Maar 1991 bly een van Namibië se beste en legendariese rugbyjare. Kom ons kyk na ons span se toetsuitslae daardie jaar. Nou in Spanje of teen Spanje in Madrid 36-6 gewen teen Portugal. Dit was in Lissabon 34-12. Teen Italië beide toetse in Namibië gewen 17-7 en 33-19. Is 'n ou koerantfoto daar op die agtergrond uit een van daai wedstryde. En toe het Ierland ook in Namibië gekuier 15-6 en 26-15 was die uitslaa in daardie wedstryde. En dan loer ons gou na ons wedstryde teen Zimbabwe in 91. Nou hulle het Afrika verteenwoordig by die wêreldbeker daardie jaar. 34-15 en toe 53-9 het ons in Windhoek gewen. Die volgende twee wedstryde op jou skerm was in Harare. Namibië wen 22-19 en 23-6 en toe weer in Windhoek 46-20. Dit was die dag gewees van die legendariese Gerard Mans wat die manne aangevoer het en Henning Snyman was die afrigter en in daai 11 toetse daai jaar waarvan hulle almal gewen het hulle 339 punte aangeteken en net 144 afgestaan.
It takes heart and all the soul. A head stuck in the game. It takes every bone in your body, all the blood in your veins. And then more blood, and more sweat, more tears. All your hopes and your dreams It takes conquering fears. It's late nights and weekends. 6 to 6s, 9 to 5s. It takes sacrifice and suffering every moment of our lives. It takes kick after kick. Being kicked when you're down. It takes fighting for hours for inches of ground. It takes every last line out, every last second spent. It takes absolute devotion. It takes 100%.
Welcome to My.NA Cars, your ultimate destination for everything automotive.
I am your host, Diana Master. Teamwork makes the dream work, right?
Discover the latest models, innovative technologies, and expert insights from our passionate hosts. Learn essential maintenance tips and get exclusive behind-the-scenes access to the automotive industry. Don't miss My.NA Cars on NTV every Thursday at 2100 hours. Tune in and ignite your passion for automobiles.
Hier is 'n Republikeinse voorblad van vandag. Nou 3 van ons skaakspelers, hulle is bo aan die voorblad. Hulle neem in Egipte tans deel aan die kampioenskappe vir individuele skaakspelers. En die 3 van hulle, Goodwill Koa, Ezekiel Nangapo en Julie Joyce Nepando, het almal skaak begin speel tussen die ouderdomme van 10 en 15. Ons wens hulle alle sterkte toe. Op die regterkant also Recon Africa se sekuriteit weer in fokus. En die kort en die lank daarvan is dat die saak wat sommige aandeelhouers teen die maatskappy uit Kanada uit in Amerika gemaak het, hulle sal daardie saak nou moet verdedig. Recon Africa wou hê die saak moet verwerp word, maar hulle sal nou moet verduidelik dat hulle nie aandeelhouers ingeloop het om hulle prys so hoog as moontlik op te jaag. Dis natuurlik met die verwagte olie soektog in die Kavango in Namibië. En dan die lysstorie, ook uit die mynbou, Zinfeng glo sy lisensie kwyt. Nou die ministerie wou dit nie amptelik bevestig nie, maar ook nie ontken nie. Hierdie lisensie strek glo nou net tot die einde van Mei, die 31ste Mei. Dalk 'n nuuskonferensie vandag deur myne en energie in hierdie verband, en jy kan ook daar lees oor die parlementêre staande komitee se huidige besoek aan Oeis om ondersoek in te stel na lithiumontginning in daardie gebied. Dit is na 'n mosie in die parlement. Dis Republikeinse voorblad vir vandag. Ons is nou terug met die onderhoud. Bly net waar jy is.
Taking care of children can be one of the busiest jobs in the world. That's why CrashGuard is here to give you a little help along the way. Start the day with CrashGuard's immune syrup to help build a strong immune system. CrashGuard also offers other tasty supplements, such as omega-3 chews to support brain development. And for healthy little tummies, look for CrashGuard's range of probiotics that come in drops, sprays, and delicious choc bars. Trust in CrashGuard every day for healthy little bodies and developing minds.
Selma Shimutwikeni is the founder and organizer of Namibia's International Energy Conference. Thank you for visiting us on Kletskompas.
No, thank you for having me.
Let's just talk about the recently concluded conference. What for you are the big takeaways going forward in the sector?
Yes, so the conference was held from the 25th to 27th of April. And under the theme, Shaping the Future of Energy Towards Value Creation. So I think the main takeaways is, first of all, is defining what is value creation. And that is different from different perspectives. I think from the government point of view, what came out clearly was, how is this resources going to benefit the Namibian people? Is there gonna be job creation? And then of course, from the investors' point of view, it is, return of investment, as well as, how do we create an enabling business environment for Namibians to participate, for international to participate. In terms of key takeaways, we had a lot of experts, local and international experts, come and also share lessons learned and good practice. And what is clear is that public and private sector collaboration is critical in the industry. What is clear is that in terms of value creation, how are Namibians going to participate in the oil and gas energy sector? What is clear is that we have to protect our environment as we exploit the resources, and also to understand the global context that, we're going through energy transition issues, ESG issues, and with ESG, which is environment, social, and governance matters, from an Africa point of view, the social is a big component because we have many people living in poverty, energy poverty, which translates to lack of infrastructure, etc. But at the same time, we have a beautiful environment to also protect. So how do we balance all those factors for the benefit of Namibia and the investors who are investing a lot of money in the country?
The Kudu gas project were discussed again. Yes. I think, looking at the very promising offshore oil finds made the last year or two.
Yes.
Aren't government, too hasty with thinking it's only going to take a couple of years before we can have production? What do the experts say?
Well, I think the experts, maybe first to speak on the Kudu gas. Yes, BW Kudu was there to speak about the project. And from the discussions, there's a bit of traction. And I think traction because the role of natural gas has also increased. It's become critical in terms of, clean energy and energy transition agenda. So I think globally, natural gas is a great option. So there's traction in that end. In terms of the second question, which is very important, it's very important the experts are saying that it's very important to manage the expectations. So the companies were talking about, 3 to 5 years. Some experts are saying, 5 to 7 years. So it is a process. It's not an overnight thing, so there is a journey to it.
I want to just ask about Kudu because I think that's a long-term concern for people, is that the required investment is so big that, the gas that people will use will be expensive. What is your take on that? Will it be cost effective as an alternative in Southern Africa? Because obviously we want to pull in South Africa and maybe even other neighboring countries in that circuit.
Yeah, well, that's a tough question. I think, investors will not put money into a project if it's not viable. And then also it will take, collaboration and partnerships to share the risks. One of the key discussions at the conference was, sharing risks and rewards. So, I think they will not pursue it if it's not viable. But also I'm just reflecting on the conversations. So I think maybe it's best to talk to the BW Kudu on that.
I think the resource curse, as it's often called, was mentioned again. How do we make sure that we do not fall in that trap? It happened to the English with the North Sea oil finds. It happened to Holland. How do we prevent that?
Yeah, hopefully our resource will be a blessing to Namibia. That's my vision. So in terms, the resource curse dilemma, it's a reality for many resource-rich nations. And it speaks to how, you can be a resource-rich country, yet the country does not see benefit, the people do not benefit. So there's a couple of policy interventions that countries take to avoid this kind of issue. I think one of them is proper planning and having a vision for where you want to go. So if the likes of the United Arab Emirates, the UAEs, the Qatars, who have a long-term plan in terms of, okay, these resources is also for future generations, it's not just for today. So the Namibian nation has to be very intentional about what can this resource do for us, also investing in education. It's very important that we educate our people. It's very important that the Namibian companies and people can participate in the industry through policies such as local content, where you look at the value chain and say, okay, where can the companies participate? Not everyone's going to have access to oil blocks, but there's a big service industry that comes with the industry. Also, other countries like Norway, for example, they have the Sovereign Wealth Fund. Namibia also recently created one a few years back, the Welwitschia Sovereign Wealth Fund. So that is, you have to put aside money for future generations and also to deal with the shock from the foreign currency that's going to come in the country. So there's different strategies countries take to avoid this. And then, of course, transparency and governance is very key. So through policy interventions, also companies have obligations from their countries to come and do the right thing in the countries that they're investing in. So it's a holistic approach, and I know it's a concern of many Namibian people's minds, but it just depends on having a vision for what the benefits can be.
Does the conference also aim to rope in or attract new investors?
Mm-hmm. No, definitely. I think this year we received around 500 delegates. I would like to, around 75% of the delegates were new delegates from all over the world. So you can see that Namibia is on a global stage in terms of our recent finds, in terms of also the pursuit of the renewable and to become a renewable energy hub. So the conference, because when Reach Africa Consultancy, when we created this platform 10 years ago, the idea was to create a thought leadership platform. So just to go beyond the talk shop, you bring academics, international experts to share their experiences so that Namibians can also learn. We streamed the conference on NBC and also on YouTube, just to give also accessibility to the men on the street if they want to learn about the industry.
Selma, it was great having you. Thank you for your insights and the work you do putting the conference together.
No, thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
Dit was vandag se onderhoud. Bly ingeskakel vir Kristien se doen dinge uit die FSA.
The next days are not a measurement of time, but the distance from here to the finish line. For the race you are running, for your kids, your career, your health, your future. Not away, but towards it. While the voice in your head reminds you, it won't be easy. But by simply swinging your feet towards the floor, you've taken the first step. Grow for it with Stamino Grow. 5-in-1 supplement available at all leading pharmacies.
Hallo en welkom by hierdie week se episode van Windhoek tot uithoek. Hierdie week wil ek graag met julle gesels oor 'n tragediese voorval wat hier naby ons in Dallas plaasgevind het. Soos baie van julle dalk oor die nuus gehoor het, was daar 'n massa skietvoorval in 'n winkelsentrum in Allen. Allen is 'n voorstad van Dallas en dit is so 45 kilometer van Dallas, maar van my woonstel is dit so 'n uur se ry. Ek deel graag hierdie inligting met julle om natuurlik oor bewusmaking en om ook mense in Namibië meer inligting te gee van hierdie voorval en natuurlik om ook my ervaring daarvan met julle te deel en so ook kan julle dalk die situasie hier in Amerika beter verstaan, want dit is natuurlik 'n groot probleem hier. En dit kan met enige iemand gebeur. En ek dink dit was ook 'n boodskap wat mens baie in die nuus hier gesien het, is dit is nie, mense word nie geteken nie. Hierdie mense dit was 'n Saterdagmiddag 3 uur by 'n winkelsentrum. Mense was besig om inkopies te doen en by restaurante te eet. So dis die afgelope naweek oral in Amerikaanse nuus gewees. So tydens hierdie skietvoorval Saterdag tussen 3 uur en 3:30 by die winkelsentrum in Allen is 9 mense oorlede. 7 mense insluitend in die skieter is op die toneel dood en die res is in die hospitaal daarna oorlede. 'n Polisiebeampte wat toevallig by die winkelsentrum was vir 'n onverwante saak, het die skote gehoor en na die skieter gehardloop en hom op die toneel doodgeskiet. Op die skieter se hemp was die afkortings RWDS, wat volgens gerugte staan vir Right Wing Death Squad. Dit is 'n frase wat gewild is onder extremists hier in Amerika en veral white supremacy groups. Daar was 'n roudiens gehou vir die mense wat oorlede is. President Biden het ook beveel dat alle Amerikaanse vlae tot sononder donderdag halfmas moet hang. Vir diegene wat dalk nie weet wat die situasie hier in Amerika is nie, massaskietvoorvalle is 'n groot probleem. Dit gebeur in skole, kerke, restaurante en inkopiesentrums. Om vir julle 'n idee te gee, daar het reeds 200 massaskietvoorvalle vanjaar in Amerika plaasgevind. Van Januarie tot nou toe, 200. Ek dink een van die ergste goed is om te hoor van die mense wat teenwoordig was. Daar het na die voorval 'n klomp getuies na vore gekom en hulle storie vertel. Baie mense kon gelukkig agter in die restaurante en winkels wegkruip en later deur agterdeure by die winkelsentrum uitgaan. Baie mense het hulle families gebel toe hulle besig was om weg te kruip. Ek wil graag vir julle 'n stukkie lees uit CBS News wat geskryf het oor een van die eerste mense wat op die toneel was. Hy was daar so wat 10 minute voordat al die ander first responders daar opgedaag het. En hy sê die volgende: I never imagined in 100 years I would be thrust into the position of being the first responder on the site to take care of people. The first girl I walked up to was crouched down, covering her head in the bushes. So I felt for a pulse, pulled her head to the side, and she had no face. Hy vertel ook dat hy op die toneel 'n kind gekry het wie se ma hom beskerm het deur hom op hom te gaan lê terwyl die voorval plaasgevind het. Hy sê die volgende: When I rolled the mother over, he came out. I asked him if he was okay, and he said, my mom is hurt, my mom is hurt. The boy was covered from head to toe in blood, like somebody poured blood over him. No one can see what they saw today and not be affected by it. Laastens wil ek net mense by die huis vra om Amerika as geheel in hulle gebede te hou. Hier is 'n groot probleem wat nie net kommer nie, maar ook groot vrees onder die bevolking veroorsaak. Dit kan met enige iemand gebeur. Ons hoop en bid dat mense dit onder beheer kan kry en dat daar nie nog onskuldige mense se lewens van hulle geneem word nie. Nie nog families en vriende is wat hoef te ly oor 'n vreemdeling wat hulle doodskiet terwyl hulle alledaagse goed doen nie.
The next days are not a measurement of time, but the distance from here to the finish line. For the race you are running, for your kids, your career, your health, your future. Not away, but towards it. While the voice in your head reminds you it won't be easy. But by simply swinging your feet towards the floor, you've taken the first step. Grow for it with Stamino Grow. 5-in-1 supplement available at all leading pharmacies.
Môre gaan ons die naald bietjie draai na die wêreld van sport en in die ateljee kuier môre by ons 'n jong perderyter wat as kampioen in Suid-Afrika gekroon is onlangs. Sien jou dan, totsiens.